Welcome to the ProfitMaxx software tutorials. This tutorial series will help you better understand the setup of your ProfitMaxx software and let your service department realize the benefits of proper technician management much quicker. Let's get started.
Chapter 6, Supertech 500 Bonus Program. You're really going to like this thing. This is going to measure your tech's productivity. You're going to be able to have a way to measure your techs against other techs when it comes time for their annual review. You're going to have real data in order to evaluate that technician. I mean, you're just really going to enjoy the Supertech 500 Bonus Program. I would like to make one suggestion, however, before we look at the bonus system itself. I would not suggest rolling out the bonus system until you're probably at least 2 to 3 months minimum into the program, until you know you're getting good data. The worst thing in the world you can do is begin to post the bonus program, pay some bonuses on that, and find out, hey, we've got bad data or the guys aren't putting it in properly. It's fine to tell them it's coming along. It's fine to tell them that they're going to be paid some bonuses based on their productivity. But I would suggest not rolling it out until you're at least 2, 3, maybe 4 months into the process, until you're really comfortable that you've got good numbers going into the system. Now, for the first time in history, you're going to be able to reward technicians based on real measured productivity. Keep in mind, techs are competitive by nature. When you start posting information on the board, guess what? It's kind of like bees and honey. They're going to be out there watching that. They're competitive by nature. They're going to start gigging each other just a little bit. Hey, I got more sales leads than you did. Well, I was more productive than you. Well, I hit this target over here. It's amazing the internal competitiveness that takes place when you begin to post this report. The system is fair because we've filtered out those things that are unfair for the technicians so they buy into the program. Rewards, we were able to reward consistent performers. This particular program is set up kind of like NASCAR, which we'll talk about a little bit later. You don't have to win a category. You don't have to win lots of categories as long as you're a continuously consistent performer. And the beauty is there's no calculations to come up with. Once that timesheet information is entered, again, it takes 2 to 3 minutes per tech per day. Once it's entered into the system, the Supertech 500 bonus program information is instantly available. Now, you remember when we went through the 24 key performance indicators in an earlier tutorial, and we talked about the 24 areas that we're measuring our technicians' performance against. But when it comes to the Supertech 500 bonus program, we're only going to pick out 9 of those 24 key performance indicators. And the reason we're picking these specific 9 is because the technician himself has 100% control over every one of those numbers. The company can't run a special. The customer can't mess him up. He can't be altered by what his supervisor told him to do. Those 9 categories that are listed on the left in the yellow right here are the things that he has 100% control over. Nobody can mess those numbers up except the technician himself. In order to run the Supertech 500 bonus program, you simply go to the Reports section of ProfitMaxx, click on Supertech 500. That's the one that's circled in red here on your screen. Now select the date range you wish to view. And you'll notice in the red box to the right it says Standings From. So you pick which month you want to begin the report from, and also which month you want the results to be posted for. In this case, it's the month of July. Simply click that, and you're able to view the report. Blow it up a little bit, put it on the board, and watch what happens. Now what you have in front of you is the actual Supertech 500 results for July. Again, these are real people with real numbers. It shows our 4 technicians over to the left. And again, if you got 2 techs, it'll show that. If you got 15 techs, it'll show them. And then across the top, it shows the 9 key performance indicators. They're your billable index, your sales leads overall, your sales leads on old equipment, your maintenance agreements sold, the completion ratio, your personal performance, the maintenance performance, billable labor rate, and the revenue goal performance. And you'll notice it has the goal listed on the top of each one of those. And then for each one of the individuals, how many points did they get within that particular goal? It adds up their points all the way across. You'll notice for Bruce Durham, it's got 446.1 points for that period of time. It lists each one of them in terms of their ranking. And you can rest assured the way the system is set up, It doesn't matter whether the technician is the top one, whether he's the lowest one. If he's getting somewhere between 450 and 500 points a month, that means his total contribution to the company, and that includes his sales leads, his sale of maintenance agreements, his total contribution for the company is going to be somewhere around $450,000 to $500,000 a year. So when the guys are hitting 400, 450, 500 points a month, I don't care how they got them, you're in good shape in terms of the company. Now you'll also notice in the middle of that we have our poll points. Again, reviewing the poll points, that's when we give them some extra points for creating a sales lead or selling a maintenance agreement. Those are the extra points they earn for that. And even though we don't show any for these four guys, the attaboys, if they had gotten any of those during the month, those go into their totals as well. Now the report we just looked at is called the Supertech 500. That gave all the detail of the 9 performance indicators in terms of how they did on each one of them. But if you want to look at a summary report, it's called the Supertech Results and Standings. So again, to get to that report, you go to the report section of ProfitMaxx, you click on Supertech Results and Standings, and then you click in your date range, when you want it from, and what particular month you want shown. And after you do that, the next report will pop up. So our summary report here instantly shows us for July, Sean Kemp was number 1. He got 459 points that month. Second was Rob Roy. Well, how about for the entire year? Well, if you look at the standings over to the right from January through July, cumulative for the entire year, Bruce Durham is in first place. Sean Kemp's in second place. And the beautiful thing about the points when it comes to Supertech is that they become a universal currency. You can literally use them for anything you want. Some companies take the points. In Sean's case, he got 459 points for the month. So some companies literally give the technician $459. Other companies will use those same points and let them accumulate during the year and give them a gift catalog maybe twice a year, maybe the end of the year. Take their total points. They can buy whatever they want in that catalog for the points that they have. Other people will use that same situation to determine who gets the new truck next year, or sometimes their cumulative points throughout the year will determine what their raise is going to be for the total for next year. So literally they become a universal currency. You can use them for whatever you want to use them for. And won't it be nice when you sit down with your technician at the end of the year for their annual review and they say, hey, I want a $1 raise. Well, let's look at your numbers for the year. Let's see how you performed. Last year, this is what you did. This is what you've done this year. Man, Sean, you've done an outstanding job. Let me give you a raise next year. And you got the next guy come in clamoring for a raise, and you look at his information, you find that, you know what? You're just not producing very well for our company. So for the first time in history, we're going to have information in front of us that allows us to judge our technicians' productivity and profitability fairly from technician to technician. And you know what's often going to find out? What you often find out through the process? And I can't tell you how many ProfitMaxx users have come to this conclusion. The tech they thought was their most productive often is not. And the tech they were getting ready to fire is actually their most productive technician. People have different personalities. They can pull the wool over your eye to a certain extent. Well, now, again, for the first time, you're going to be looking at hard numbers based on real measured productivity. That's an advantage that no other team out there has. You're going to be able to run a very, very profitable service department. Hopefully the tutorial we just finished on the Supertech 500 bonus program has given you a better understanding of how that can be used inside your company to increase your profitability. Again, keep in mind that you can replay this tutorial as often as you like, stop it whenever you like, go backwards and forwards, put it in until you're really comfortable with this information. Also remember, you can press the F1 key at any time. So if you've got the ProfitMaxx report sitting in front of you on the screen, hey, hit the F1 and it'll explain the entire report to you. Any screen that you're viewing on ProfitMaxx, hit the F1 key and you'll have a detailed help screen to walk you through whatever information's on the screen. This is the end of this tutorial. Select the next tutorial you wish to view.